I have cracked the code on personal style. I figured it out. I figured it all out. I'm going to ask you 5 questions in today's video that are going to set you up to have your most stylish 2024 yet. There are really only 2 types of personal style, and how you answer these questions will change everything. Hey, this is Netta. Welcome to my channel. My whole goal for this channel is to help you build a wardrobe and a style that you love. So you get out the door every single day and it's stress-free, it's drama-free. You feel beautiful, you feel like yourself, you feel ready to face whatever your day brings. So today I want to ask you a question and I want to challenge you with something. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready for 2024? Are you ready to make 2024 your most stylish year ever? Are you ready to get the support that you need and to get the questions answered that you need to get answered and to check the boxes that you need to check so that every single day in 2024 you can get up, you can put on your clothes and you can face your day feeling like your best self? So a lot of this really comes down to having filters and knowing what you're looking for when you go to a store. A lot of women in my community and a lot of my clients really found shopping to be overwhelming and stressful until they discovered my ageless style system, because what it does is it offers you filters. So you walk into a store and you know what to avoid quickly, so you can very quickly find the items that you're looking for and the items that are really going to work in your wardrobe, that are going to become the new go-to pieces in your wardrobe. So that's the goal, right? You want to be able to take everything that's out there and very quickly hone in on the pieces that are going to work for you. So I'm going to pop up my link to my style confidence program, my ageless style program, because I think that it will give you those tools to make the best decisions for your wardrobe, for your lifestyle, for your body, for your coloring, all of those decisions, and to make them quickly and effortlessly. The goal is to, like I said, know right away what belongs and what deserves a place in that precious real estate of your closet and what doesn't, what you need to leave behind. So one of the key components of that, and one of the key filters that we use, is the style filter. Now, there are a lot of different philosophies when it comes to personal style, including like really being focused about your style personality. Now, what I found with my clients, and I've worked with almost 2,000 women in the Ageless Style program, as well as my in-person local clients and in-person or personal styling clients that are all over the world, is that many women do not fall into just one personal style category. Like maybe you can't say that you're just boho, or that you're just minimal, or that you're just preppy. Now, some women really are very classically preppy or very stereotypically boho, but many women find that their style is sort of an eclectic mix of different styles. And all of these different styles are going to be very unique to you. And that exact mix, the exact ratio, the exact proportion, that's very unique to your personal style. So you want to kind of hone in on what your personal style looks like. Now, one of the exercises that I've done with my clients for years, and that has actually been recently trending on TikTok, is the 3 style words. Choosing 3 words, 3 to 5 words at the most, that really can help you filter through the things that you're looking at and determine whether they will work for you and whether they will not work for you. So that's really another way of looking at personal style. So rather than just looking at this overarching style personality, looking at what your specific words are and how they represent your personal style and how you can use them to gatekeep your wardrobe, right? Okay, so today I'm really going to break down personal style into 2 very, very simple categories. And I really, after working with so many clients, really kind of came to I had an aha moment. I was like, there aren't like a million different types of personal style. There are really only 2. There are really only 2 types of personal style. That's it, just 2 types. And really any personal style category, whether it's preppy or boho or classic or edgy or minimal or whatever, will fall into one of these 2 types of personal style. And I want you to really lean into this exercise and to decide for yourself where you fall in regards to these 2 types of personal style. Which of these really sums up your personal style? Okay, let's get into it. Okay, now these are the questions that you're going to ask yourself. You're going to ask yourself 5 questions, right? And you are going to decide whether you're one word, the other word, or if you fall somewhere in the middle, right? And ideally, you want to find yourself, landing in one camp versus the other camp. We're going to get to that at the end. Okay, so the first personal style question I want to ask you is whether your style is classic or creative. Now, these are the two personal styles that I have distilled all the personal styles down into. Every personal style can be categorized as either classic or creative. Now, I'm going to tell you what that means. I'm going to just throw up a picture of what a classic style might look like. This is classic style. So classic style personality expressed in a classic way. Or would you say that your style is a little bit more creative? And I'm going to pop up a picture of a creative personal style. So classic or creative. Now, what does that mean? When I say that so there's classic boho, there's creative boho, there's classic preppy, there's creative preppy, there's classic minimalism, there's creative minimalism. What does that look like? I'm going to show you, and I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. So first, are you classic or creative in terms of your style expression? Second, are you a rule follower? A rule follower? Do you like things to just kind of really go together? Do you like to know what all the rules are so that you can dress correctly and appropriately for any situation? Or are you a rule breaker? Do you kind of just throw caution to the wind and create your own varied and interesting and eclectic combinations? So rule follower, or are you a rule breaker? That's the second question, right? First was classic or creative. Now it's rule follower or rule breaker. Third, do you mix or do you match? Do you mix or do you match? Now, I alluded to this in my jewelry video. Do you like to mix or do you like to match? Now do you like to mix metals or match metals? Do you like to mix patterns or match patterns? Do you like to keep it simple, or do you like lots of variety and lots of elements in your outfits? So do you like to mix or do you like to match? The third question, or the fourth question you want to ask yourself is your style focused or is it eclectic? So by focused style, I mean that you're sticking with a focused color palette, a focused theme, a focused aesthetic for an outfit. Eclectic style is more of a diverse or broad range of elements that come together in one outfit. That's essentially what the word eclectic means, right? So is your style focused or is it eclectic? You want to ask yourself that question. And then finally, you want to ask yourself whether your style is minimal or maximal. Is it minimal or maximal? Now, again, we're talking about within all the various style. Like if you're a boho person, are you a minimal boho person? Or are you a maximal boho person? So this isn't talking about minimalist style as a style personality, but are you a minimalist when it comes to whatever style personality you have? Or are you a maximalist when it comes to that style personality? So for every style personality, there is a more classic iteration of that look, and then there is a more creative version of that look. There is a more minimal version of that look, and there's a more maximal version of that look, right? There's a more focused and there's a more eclectic. So each of these words can apply to the polar opposites or the extremes of the different style personalities, or even your different style words. So for example, preppy can be more creative, it can be more classic, it can be somewhere in the middle. So style personalities are generally more classic and lean more towards the classic, minimal, focused, matching side of the aesthetic include minimal style, includes classic style, like classic style, includes preppy style. Those tend to be more classic. In my new definition of classic, those tend to be more classic style personalities. So under the classic style personality umbrella, which is more minimal, more focused, more matching, more of a rule follower, you're going to find the minimal style personality. You're going to find the classic style personality. You're going to find the preppy style personality. Now, the style personalities that fall on the more creative side, that maybe are more the rule breakers, the more eclectic, the more mixing rather than matching style personalities, those include boho, they include edgy, they include, the artsy, creative type of personal style. They include some of the glam and kind of femme fatale personal styles. So, those are the ones that naturally lean more towards the creative personal style category that I'm creating here. So you want to ask yourself, are you classic Is that what your natural inclinations are? Are you naturally inclined to match? Are you naturally inclined to create harmonious, balanced outfits? Or are you a little bit more creative and you like to mix and match and make it your own? So that's really going to be a major filter when you're looking at everything from choosing pieces for your wardrobe to putting together outfits to accessorizing and adding those finishing touches. Classic or creative? I want to know in the comments. Just let me know in the comments if you're classic or creative. Okay, now I'm going to show you 4 style personalities and how they have classic, creative, and somewhere in the middle expressions of that style personality. So for example, if you're preppy, you can be a subtle preppy, like you can just be low-key, more classic, more focused, more rule-following preppy. I'm going to pop up this picture, just a beautiful, classically preppy outfit. So this is preppy with the classic expression of preppy style, right? It's more focused, it's more rule following, it's more matching, it's more classically preppy. Or you can be creative preppy and more bold preppy. And we see this a lot in some of the styling at J. Crew, for example. Here is a creative, bold expression of preppy style. Now it still has the preppy elements, but it's also got the colorful, the quirky, the mixing rather than matching. It's got the rule breaking elements in it that make it a creative version of preppy style. Or maybe you fall somewhere in the middle and you want a little bit more, you want classic with a twist. You want classic with a quirky element. You want classic with your own personal style infused into it, or preppy with your own personal style infused into it. So this outfit is somewhere in the middle between the classic and the creative, polar opposites of the preppy style personality. So I hope that you can see how whatever your style personality is, this is why the style personality words so rarely work and so rarely resonate, because ultimately your preppy is going to be different than someone else's preppy. And what you want to find out is whether your preppy leans on the classic end or the creative end or somewhere in the middle. Okay, let's look at, we're going to look at glam personal style. Like you like just, really feminine, glamorous, womanly style. We're going to show you I'm going to show you 3 different versions of glam personal style and kind of how they fall in that spectrum, classic to creative. So maybe you have the more subdued, but still glam, classic glam style. So, you're talking about glamorous silhouettes and very feminine shapes, but it's still subtle. It's still very focused. It's still rule following. It's matching rather than mixing, and it's just very like a very polished ladylike style. So maybe that's your version of a glam look. It's polished, it's ladylike, it's feminine. Or maybe your version of a glam look is on the other end and it's more creative and it's bold and it's colorful and it's kind of attention getting, a little bit more eclectic, a little bit more mixing rather than matching, a little bit more of a rule breaker, like wearing sequins by day or whatever that looks like for you. So maybe this is more of a version or more what your glam looks like when you picture your ideal personal style. Again, maybe it's somewhere in the middle. Maybe it's a combination of like neutral colors, but you've got glam shapes. Like, this outfit, it can be glam to some people, and other people would say, wow, that's not glam at all. That's really just neutral and old money. So really, we're all looking for that happy place where our style personality and the way that we express that style personality meet. So do you express your style personality in a classic way or a creative way, or is it somewhere in the middle? Okay. Boho personal style. Now, boho is one of those very, very broad personal style categories, and then it can range from a more subtle boho, like a relaxed, natural boho personal style, expressed in many ways by like Eileen Fisher or J. Jill. That's a relaxed, natural kind of boho personal style. So maybe you are on the classic end of boho, which is that you're looking for more subtle tones, more matching, a little bit more focused, and it's more of a laid back and relaxed boho style. Or maybe you have a bold boho style where you're going, full on boho, and you're mixing and matching mixing a lot of elements. You're breaking some rules. You have a lot going on in the outfit. There's a lot of eclecticism. There's a lot of accessories. There's a lot of detail and color and pattern. And so you're going more for the creative end of boho style. And then you can fall somewhere in the middle, and maybe you like just a touch of the classic and a touch of the creative in your boho personal style. Okay, finally, I'm going to show you one last one. This is edgy style. So edgy style is, like a little bit rocker chick. It's a little bit, it's cool, it's urban, it's downtown, whatever words you want to use to describe your version of it. Now, you can go, edgy and a little bit more classic. So here, Jennifer Aniston looking amazing and just throwing on like a little leather moto jacket. Maybe that's your only nod to edginess, as you throw on your leather moto jacket and you're like, so edgy, I'm so cool, I look great in this. Or maybe you really more fully embrace your edgy style, and this is another cool kind of edgy look, and so that's on the more creative end of edgy style. Maybe you're like, yeah, I'm going all in on this, and I like to make it my own, and I like to make it eclectic, and I like to really dial in on the edginess. Or maybe it's somewhere in the middle and it's all neutral, but it's like more rockerish for you. Again, how you express your personal style and how you take those style words and make them your own is what we're talking about here, and it's something that you want to ask yourself, because we are all going to level up our personal style in 2024, and I want you to show up every single day in your life looking and feeling like yourself, looking and feeling like your best self. Like, that's the goal of everything I do here. How can you show up every single day ready to take on that day, right? The way that we do it the most authentically is to really dial in this process for ourselves. So this is something that I work with extensively with my clients, because we want to push ourselves, but we also want to stay true to ourselves. Like, my goal as a personal stylist and as your fashion friend on this channel is to help you dial that in for yourself. I want you to take whatever your natural personality is, express it through your style, and then take that to the next level. So my goal is never ever to have you dress like me or have you dress like anybody else. My goal is to help you find how your personality is going to show up through your style, and then elevate that, and maybe push you and encourage you to take risks a little bit, to take it to the next level, to make the next move in your style while still always being you and feeling like you. If you don't feel like yourself in your clothes, you're not going to exude that confidence that we're talking about. So I hope that you found this helpful, and I hope that you can really continue this process for yourself, that you'll hop on Pinterest and hop on Instagram and or hop on a favorite retailer's website and really start looking at how you can put together inspiration pictures that speak to your heart and speak to your personal style. I truly believe that as we know better, we should be dressing better. As we know ourselves more, we should be leaning into that and expressing that more through our style. This is our secret weapon, because we know ourselves better over 40, over 50 than we ever have, and that needs to show up in our style decisions and in our style focus. So my goal and my prayer for you in 2024 is to really show up as your best self every single day, and to really bring your uniqueness and your unique heart and your unique vision and your unique expression of your style into everything that you do, so that you can draw the right people into your life, and so that people really sense that authenticity coming from you. So I hope that this was helpful to you. Let me know again, are you classic preppy? Are you creative preppy? Are you classic boho? Are you creative boho? How does this principle, what does it mean to you, and how can you use it to up-level your style in 2024? And again, if you want to join us in the Angel Style program, we would so love to have you. I'm going to pop that link up below. But love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. Let's make 2024 our best year yet. I am cheering you on always. Love you. I will see you in the next one. Oh, don't forget to hit like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We've got a lot to cover in 2024, and you don't want to miss any of it.